really quickly, before we get too deep into things, I want you just to tell people like what the last couple of months have been like for you, what's been going on with the business, things like that.
So we actually had a storefront over at the Domain over in Austin, Texas. We were there for about maybe a year and 6 months or so, but then we had to close our storefront because there were renovations happening over there. Unfortunately, we weren't a part of their plans. There was a company above us that basically wanted to expand down. They wanted our storefront. They had seniority, and so we had to go. So we went from having our own store to operating out of someone else's restaurant over in Round Rock, Texas.
Okay.
We were there for about maybe 4 or 5 months. We stopped operating out of there January 9th, and I ended up signing my lease for our new storefront that will be opening March 25th. January 19th, which was 6 days after my 24th birthday.
Hey, clap it up. Wait, so when is your birthday?
January 13th. I'm a Capricorn.
So we debuted January. So this is our second season.
Okay.
First episode was January 12th. So we was all kind of moving around.
Let me tell you, right? So I have a cousin. His birthday is January 12th. I'm
Okay.
January 13th. I have another cousin, January 14th.
Wow.
And we're all 24. All born in 99.
Wow. Okay. So, hey, clap it up for new leases because I think a lot of times what happened to you might have been the end of a business. I think that there are lots of businesses that go through like political stuff like that. It seems like it was very political.
Yeah.
And that might be the end of their business, but you kind of revamped and got back to it. I love that, man. I love that.
I definitely do take pride in the fact that I feel like I can kind of shape shift Cranky Granny's however I need to, because like I started out of my parents' house.
Okay.
Went from my parents' house to getting kicked out because I didn't want to follow my mom's rules.
Okay.
So I moved in with my girlfriend. I was operating out of her apartment for a while, and then sometimes I would operate out of my sister's houses. And then we moved here to Texas, was operating out of someone else's restaurant, had the store, had to operate out of someone else's restaurant again. Now we're getting our own store again. And then even before all of that, going into my parents' place, it was me operating out of the school kitchen, which was a huge kitchen. So I just feel like we just have the ability to do whatever it is that we need to, whatever it is that we're presented with. So I definitely didn't feel like us having to close that store was the end of Cranky Granny's at all. That was never in my mind at all. It was just a simple fact that I felt like we had to pivot and figure out how exactly can we do things a little bit better and not get in this type of situation ever again, and move forward.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
And that's awesome. I think that, stories are as unique as the people that are in them, right? Like the things that have happened and how this has shifted over time. This is all part of your story, and now you get to now like the Flexcast is like we get to be a part of that, because I think that one of the things that's important to us here, like in like also Austin news, like we do Austin centric things, but like the real life people that kind of make Austin move and shake. And I think that, that's awesome. One of the questions that I wanted to run by you, that like when we were sitting down talking about what we wanted to talk to Cece about, what was that first moment when like you knew like I can cook and I'm good and I'm gonna like go full on with this? When was that? What was that like? Who were you then? Tell us a little bit about that.
Honestly, when I first started cooking, I was doing like popcorn chicken in the microwave and stuff like that for my dad. I'm like probably as young as like 5, 6, 7, messing around in the kitchen. But when I felt like, okay, I might actually really know what I'm doing is when I started selling food platters when I was like 16. So like, of course, I used to cook for like my family, cook for myself and stuff, and I liked my food. Like I think it's delicious. So I was like, let me try my hand at selling food platters and stuff. I was like 16, 17. Just got out of a breakup, heartbreak. I had a lot of negative energy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. When you're just coming out of a relationship that you were in and you really love this person and you feeling real down and stuff. And I was like, I got all this negative pent up energy. I want to turn it into something positive, do something with my time.
That's awesome.
Good.
So I remember I was sitting in the kitchen at my mom's and at my mom and dad's, and I was twirling around in the kitchen. I'm like, what am I going to do? Like, I don't have time to keep like sitting in my own sadness. So I was like, I'm gonna sell some food platters.
Very good.
Yeah, I only have probably like $50 at the time.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm gonna go over to the grocery store, Acme, go get some food, sell some food platters this weekend. So I sold the food platters, sold out of everything, and then I just kept on going from there. That selling food platters eventually turned into catering. Of course, there was just a lot of big opportunities that came along with that. Like, I was like 18 years old catering for New York University's film crew.
Really?
Yeah, because the guy I was working for
she was
over
a young
at...
boss.
No, for real. That's what we were talking about earlier.
I love it. I love it.
So I used to work at this place called Rita's Water Ice, who I'm still super close with till this day. The owners, Mr. Harris and Miss Viv, So their son goes to New York University, and he's part of the film crew. So,
Okay.
you know, when they had to come to the city to do something, they basically had me cater for, I think it was like 25 to 30 of them for
That's
5
hard.
days straight.
That's hard.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it was super dope. A lot of different opportunities have came along the way, whether we had the store or not. And I think that's just because I stay so consistent. It's like regardless, you probably, even when we didn't have the storefront, you probably already thought we was a franchise and things.
Yeah.
Which has
Oh.
been my goal since the very beginning.
No,
But I hope I answered your question.
You absolutely did, and I was gonna say your presentation is A1 because when I go to your website, I feel like I'm like on Edible Arrangements or something. Like it's very well organized. It's very easy to see everything you offer and to understand how long it's gonna take to get it and things like that. So yeah, kudos for real. You want to ask her the next question?
Yes. Well, wait, you answer. Okay, so what are some challenges that you have overcome so far with Cranky Grannies?
I'll say one of the challenges that is something for Cranky Grannies, as well as, of course, it's going to lead into my personal life as well, is the fact that I'm obviously sacrificing my youth right now.
Yeah.
In order to grow Cranky Grannies to the point that I really want to, because like I don't have a goal that is probably common amongst a lot of people, especially at my age. It's like since I was 15, I've literally been talking about franchising this business and having my own stores and stuff like that. So those are some really big goals that come with a lot of big sacrifices. So like my oldest niece, she's 23, she'll be 24 this year. And I look at the life she's able to live and things she's able to do versus the things I'm able to, because it's just like I have a business and 5 people that I employ that I'm worried about, so I can't just do whatever it is whenever I want. So that's one thing that is definitely a challenge is you know, not really being able to enjoy life the way I would like to, but I understand that I'm sacrificing things now in order for me to have a long-term growth and gains and things.
That stuff you're giving up now.
Yeah.
When you get to that finish line or that next step, you're not even gonna think about it.
Yeah,
No,
most definitely.
Really. You setting yourself up for the future, like, and I wish, like we were talking earlier, I wished a lot of young people, 24 and younger, did actually think like how you think. Like they could be so much further in life or in a career or something that they love, they're passionate about, if they had the drive and the understanding to know, like, hey, the sacrifice is short term, but for the greater good, for the, you know, what's to come in the long term. So like, I am, you know, you're amazing to me.
Appreciate it. I think that's definitely my bad.
Oh no, you're good. Go ahead.
That's one of the challenges. Another one is also being able to, of course, like anybody else, find reliable employees. So that's just what everybody's going through. But I feel like sometimes it's a little bit more difficult with me because I'm so young, and it's like, you know, who are you? Like, we're either the same age or like you're as young as my kids. Like, who are you talking to? And it's not even like in a disrespectful way that I'll be speaking or anything, but it's just a simple fact of, I know how old you are. I probably don't respect you as much as I would if you was probably the same age or a little bit older than me.
There's not a lot of you. There's not a lot of people that look like you, that are your age, that are doing what you're doing. Exactly. So when someone comes across it, there are some questions. It happens, but you're killing it, man. Like one of the things that I wanted to ask about is like, where do you see like in the next 6 to like 11 months? What do you see happening with Cranky Granny? Is there anything you want to announce to the people? Like what's next? What's coming up?
6 to 11 months. Of course, we're having our grand reopening.
Okay, let's clap it up for that. Grand opening. Give us the details. Give everybody the details. Let's go.
We'll be opening up over in Pflugerville, Texas on 16051 Dessau Road, Suite F, Pflugerville, Texas 78660. We'll be opening up there March 25th. We'll be open that day 12 to 8 p.m. unless we sell out early.
Good problems.
Definitely good problems. Outside of our grand opening, we are looking forward to our collaboration with Slutty Vegan.
Hey, clap it up for Slutty Vegan, man. That's a big collaboration. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, we made that connection when I went to her book signing over in Dallas back in November. She asked me if I had some sweet rolls on me. I was like, of course. I got a pack for you, and I have a pack for your husband as well, for your fiance too, for Big Dave's Cheesecakes. Had a pack for him, her. They tried them right there on stage. She said, this is absolutely the best cinnamon roll I've ever had. And it was dope because it's like, not the best vegan cinnamon roll or the best vegan dessert. This is the best cinnamon roll I've ever had.
Yeah.
And of course, she wasn't vegan her whole life. So if you saying this is the best cinnamon roll you ever had, look.
And she does food for a living, so her opinion is qualified.
Exactly.
Well, Cece, I think that like that, in addition to like some other things that are definitely on the horizon for you, Cranky Granny's is looking like a surefire winner, man.
Yeah,
and
appreciate it.
I thank you for coming by. I really do. These were amazing. Tell the people your socials. Tell them where they can find you. Any information that you think is good for people to know how to get in touch with you, order food, things like that.
Got you. So if you guys want to follow us on social media, on Instagram, you can follow us at Cranky Grannies. On Twitter, you can follow us at Cranky Grannies. TikTok is Sweet Roll Dealer. Facebook, Cranky Granny Sweet Rolls. Visit our website, crankygrannies.com. And if you need to give us a call, 609-401-0090. Again, we'll be opening up March 25th over in Pflugerville, Texas.
And our episode right before March 25th, we'll do like a reminder about the grand opening, and we'll let people know, remind them that, hey, this is next week or whatever like that. Because this is exciting and we need to celebrate it. So
Appreciate that.
I want everybody to clap it up for Cece, man. Thank you so much for coming by. Cranky Granny's Flexcast. It's a collab, baby.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.